Hello bankers, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. So guys, in this particular session, we are going to discuss our AFM Module A strategy for your upcoming examination, right? So whenever it comes to Module A, it is all about conceptual things. Okay? Only 1 and 2 units are there from where you can expect some sort of numericals. Rest, it is all about concepts and application based questions and all, right? So we have 4 modules which are generally part of your AFM subject. So in this particular session, I'll let you know about the overall, like we will be discussing each and every single unit, as well as the PYQs based on those particular units, and what type of questions you guys might expect in your upcoming examination, right? So first we will build a kind of a background, and we will check all the subject PYQs and all topic wise PYQs and all. Okay? And usually what type of questions we expect from these particular units and all. Then we will start with one by one, as we have done for I and IFS, right? So when it comes to I and IFS, AFM Module A, so which include these many units. So we have 11 units which are generally part of this particular module. So Module A, unit first, which is all about your basic accounting. So what is accounting? Accounting versus bookkeepings, the overall accounting process, and your accounting standards, GAAP and IFRS, the Indian accounting standards and all. They are generally part of this one. Most of the time, we have experienced question around the accounting standards. So 2 questions for 3 marks, or on an average आपका 2 to 3 marks question based on this particular unit. The next unit is about basic accountancy procedure. So in this particular one, you'll see a question again for 3 to 4 marks, and most of the time questions are around the concepts and conventions of accountancy. So that is the part of this one. Again, maintenance of cash, subsidiary book and ledger, the next or unit 3, from where most of the time you'll see questions around the types of accounts. When it comes to the types, we have a real account. I hope you guys are aware about this one. If not, we will understand these particular one. Okay, we have personal account, and a nominal account. 90% time you'll see question around these particular one. Sometimes they'll give you the statements or the transaction, and then they'll ask you to match this particular one, and they'll give you 2 marks for that particular one. And understanding of these particular accounts and their golden rule is very important, so that you can solve the questions around the basic journal entries and all. So because they are directly driven by these particular accounts. Then we have BRS. You can expect 1 marks to 2 marks question, max to max 2 marks question. So the question around the BRS, the uses of BRS, the differences between cash book and pass book, and the entries, right? So sometimes they'll give you some entries and they'll ask you what is the balance as per cash book or pass book. Then we have trial balance, rectification of error, adjusting and closing entries. So in from this particular unit, error part is very important. Okay? So we have 2 type of errors: principal errors and clerical errors. Clerical errors are further categorized among 3 parts: okay? Compensating errors, error of commission and error of omission. Again, similar set of match the following question based on this particular one, and sometimes they'll ask you, sometimes they'll give you some wrong entries and you have to rectify them. Okay? Then they'll ask which account will get debited and which account will get credited. Depreciation and its accounting, most of the time numerical based question. We have 3 methods. One is a straight line method, another one is unit of production, then we have written down value method, and we have sum of year digit method. 4 methods are part of your curriculum. Okay, out of this, maximum time you guys will face question around this one. Reason being, as per accounting standards, only 3 methods are like Indian accounting standards. Companies, they can use only these 3 methods, first 3 methods. And most of the time companies, they generally use written down value method for tax purposes, and unit of production method, which generally shows exact number of depreciation on an asset. So that's why maximum time they ask question around those particular one. Capital and revenue expenditure on an average 2 marks question, but not more than 2 marks. Differences between capital and revenue, or else they'll give you some entries, then they'll ask you okay, which is capital expenditure, which is revenue expenditure. Bill of exchange, as I earlier told you about this particular one, this is something which is going to help you in 2 units, आपका 2 subject here. So bill of exchange, if you study in AFM, the 90% content is aligned around the bill of exchange. They have introduced the check and promissory note also, but maximum time you will see the question around this one. Or sometimes we have experienced differences between bill of exchange and promissory note, as we have seen in the recent examination, right? Operational aspect of accounting entries, very simple one, led by these 2 units. Bank audit and inspections, there are some sections in all, a different type of audits and others, they are generally part of this one. Again, from this one you can expect on an average 2 marks question. So these are the areas from where on an average 20 to 25 marks question will be there, and mostly question will be around the basically concept driven, as well as your application based question. Okay, the only chapter where from where you'll get numericals, and others आपका they'll provide you, or they'll ask you the application based question. Those, like what type of question they have asked in past, that we are going to discuss in this session itself. Okay, but before moving ahead, I want to deep dive this particular one. Okay, so quickly I'll summarize this particular one. So module A, accounting principle and processes. So definition, scope, from where accounting standard is the most important part. Apart from this, differences between GAAP and IFRS. Okay? So these are the important part of this particular unit. Okay? Then apart from this, the next unit आपका basic accountancy procedure, where we have concepts and conventions of accountancy. So concepts like going concern, double entry system, principle of conservatism, revenue recognition, yeah, others, they are generally part of this particular one. Okay? So they are very important one, at least 2 to 3 marks question. Maintenance of cash subsidiary books and all. From here, record of basic bookkeepings and all. While you study this particular one, debit and credit concept, which is linked with the type of accounts. Okay. BRS आपका cash book and passbook. Okay. The differences, the causes for differences between cash book and passbook, that get asked so many times. Trial balance, type of trial balance. Okay. So apart from this, errors. Okay. So trial balance आपका, where we have types of trial balance. Okay. We have 3 type of trial balance. Okay. So they get asked sometime. Most of the time you'll see the questions around the errors. So errors आपका classification of errors and rectification of errors. When it comes to the unit 6 आपका depreciation. So we have 4 methods. So method, sometimes they also ask the question around the uses or need of depreciation. Actually, this get asked in my session in 2000 in 2023 आपका October examination. ठीक है. So they ask question around the need, what is the need in, or which statement is right about, correct about the depreciation things and all. They ask that kind of questions. But most of the time you'll see question around the methods. Okay? So methods of depreciation, straight line, diminishing balance or written down value method. Then we have unit of production methods, and we have sum of year digit method. Capital and revenue expenditure, distinction between capital and revenue. Bill of exchange आपका, from where you'll see question around the differences between bill of exchange or some terminologies, important terms. This portion is very important here. Then we have operational aspect of accounting, accounting system in banks, accounting system of different banks, that is the one. Back office functions आपका, where we have back office, reconciliation and others. Very simple one, 1 marks question each. Audit and inspection, 2 marks question again. Different type of audits आपका, especially this risk based internal audit should be there. Internal audits, statutory audits and others, they are generally part of this. So this is the entire content or the overall content from your आपका module A. So now let's start with very first unit. So I'll give you a fair idea so you guys can, while we will prepare these particular things one by one, so you can have a basic idea. This session is the most important for each and every module from each and every subject of your JIIB, because you guys are getting a fair idea about the your upcoming examination with the help of some sort of memory based question and expected questions. Then when you'll build your concept, so you'll keep these particular thing in your mind, that is definitely going to help you in upcoming examination. All right, chalo. So now we will start with this particular one. Okay. So first unit आपका definition, scope and others, ठीक है, which is as I told you कि the most important part is आपका accounting standards, but no one knows they have given Indian accounting standard also, so we will study these particular one as well again. And why accounting standard, the logic behind this particular one is, while you study things like the other topic of your AFM subject, they get repeated. Like we have cash flow statement or dedicated unit, which is handled through the cash accounting standard 3. We have preparation of final accounts, accounting standard 1, Indian accounting standard 1. So that is the logic behind this. Okay. Differences, again, this is very important one, and the basic nature and purpose of accounting. First unit. So let's practice some question around this particular one. Okay. So first question, guys, first question. Consider the following statement about the nature and objective of accounting. The very first subtopic in your basically curriculum taken. So accounting summarize the recorded data through the preparation of trial balance, profit and loss account and balance sheet. So first statement, which is 100% true. Now you do not have to judge yourself based on this particular session. You just sit back and relax and see what type of question you guys are going to face. We are going to discuss all these particular things आपका in detail. Then we'll have module wise revision live session, so where you can come up with your queries or you can ask your queries, so we can build that particular concept. Okay? Just I'm giving you just some sort of context around the examination, what type of questions you are going to face from each and every single modules and unit आपका, right? So when it comes to accounting, it is all about it is generally known as language of a business. Okay? So anything which has material effect, means which can be measured into money, that should be part of your accounts. It is something like it start with आपका recording, classifying, summarizing, then we have reporting and interpretation. So these are the 5 broader stages of your accounting. Those we will understand one by one. You do not have to worry about this one. Okay? Just have a look around these particular things, so you'll get an idea about your examination. Okay? So the first question, accounting summarize the recorded data through the preparation of trial balance, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Only those events that can be measured in money terms are recorded in accounting. 100% true. Okay. What we have to find out, okay, correct statements आपका, we have to find out the correct statement. Okay. Accounting record both financial and non-financial event. No, accounting, there is one concept called money measurement concept, which is part of your unit 2. So it only in like when it comes to money measurement concept, it is all about we have to record only things which can be measured into money or which has a material effect, right? So anything which can be measured into money, that will be part of your books or your accounts. Anything which cannot be measured into money, like let's say health of proprietor or the businessman is important, or a manager is important for the business, but we are not going to account that particular one. So that is the logic, right? So this is wrong. A key purpose of accounting is to help a rational decision making based on financial information. 100% true. Financial accounting is useful mainly for internal stakeholders like managers and workers. For this one, we have managerial accounting and cost accounting. Financial accounting, which generally help to the external stakeholders like investors, shareholders, or the other one, those who interested in that particular company. Okay? Maintaining book of accounts is a legal requirement for certain entities under various laws. Yes, we have Companies Act 2013, we have BR Act 1949, Section 29. So as per these particular one, you have to maintain these one. So 1246. 1246 means option D should be right answer for this particular one, right? So statement third was incorrect. Non-financial events are not recorded. Statement 5 was incorrect. Financial accounting primarily used by the external user, not by the internal. Next one, accounting standards. Sometime how you'll see the question around the accounting standards, they'll give you a match. Okay? So like it was actually exact question in my session and even in previous session also. Okay? So let's say this is the accounting standards and this is the nature. Okay? Nature of accounting standard. So let's say accounting standard 1, accounting standard 3, accounting standard 10. Okay? They have given these three entries. Okay? So here they have mentioned accounting standard 1, which is your preparation of final accounts or disclosure of financial accounts. Okay? So that is the one. Okay? Then we have accounting standard 3. This is something related to cash flow statement. Okay? Cash flow statements. And accounting standard 10, which is related to property, plants, equipments. So these are the correctly matched. Okay? So then they'll ask you, they'll give you 3-4 accounting standard, then they'll ask you to match that particular one, and every time it is for 2 marks. And I'll make sure ki you'll get the perfect practice or best practice, so you will be able to solve these kind of questions. All right, so now the question is for half marks. This was previous to previous year question. Amalgamation in accounting is the process of merging two or more companies into one, aiming to consolidate resources, boost efficiency, and create synergies. Which accounting standard address the accounting of amalgamation? So what will be your correct answer? Accounting standard 14. Okay? So accounting standard 14 we generally deal with the mergers things. Okay? What will be the liability shares or asset shares and everything. Okay? So accounting standard 14 set out the principle and methods for recognizing and measuring asset, liabilities, and shareholders' equity in financial statement of both amalgamated company, right? So this is the one. Next one. Now unit number 2. Unit number 2, basic accountancy procedure. As I said, the most important part from this particular one is concepts and conventions. Okay? These all are the concepts and conventions, and even apart from this also we have some other concepts in convention. When it comes to concept, like we have money measurement concept, business entity concept, cost concept, dual aspect of accountancy concept, or that double entry system. Conventions, we have convention of conservatism, we have materiality, we have full disclosure. So these are the conventions of this one. Concept, as an accountant you have to follow concept while you prepare those particular accounts. Or while you do the basic entries or journal entries, while you prepare your journal accounts, ledger, or trial balance. Conventions, which are generally how you are going to basically prepare your final accounts, how you are going to present your final accounts. So it is something presentation of your final accounts. So for them we have some guidelines, you have to follow those particular one. So now very first question for 2 marks. Which of the following statement is incorrect regarding the cost concept of accounting? So one concept that get, and these are the feature of cost concept, and you have to find out the right concept, right? So incorrect concept. So you have to eliminate the right one. So business transaction are recorded based on market value? No. So when it comes to cost concept, while you account things, okay, let's say in your accounts you purchase a machinery worth rupees 10 lakh. Okay, the purchase cost was 10 lakh rupees. So you will account this particular one at 10 lakh rupees. After some time, the value of this machine become 15 lakhs in the market. So you are not going to change your book value. You will maintain at 10 lakh rupees. Accounting standard 10, which generally deal with property, plants, equipments, means with accounting of this machinery also, which include like let's say apart from this purchase cost, we have, if we have some sort of test run, if we have some freight inwards, or we have some sort of warehousing cost or after non-refundable taxes, they will be part of your purchase cost, right? So and while you make the book value of that particular one, you will add those particular one. And if the value of that machine is increasing and decreasing in market, you are not going to change your book value accordingly. You will stick to your this particular cost. Okay? first one, book value, which is known as, and you just have to account depreciation on an annual basis. Now, business transaction, so first statement is wrong. Fixed assets are recorded at the original purchase cost plus installation expense, 100% true. Unrealized gain are recognized and recorded in books. No. Unrealized gain we are not going to recognize. The value is 10 lakh. We will stick to that particular one. If it is increasing in the market, no, we are not going to account this one. Depreciation reduce the cost of an asset over useful life, 100% true. Book value of an asset represent the current market value. No, current market value can be different from the book value. An asset is recorded in books only when the cost to acquire it incurred. Yes. So we have to find out incorrect statement means 135. 135 means option A only will be right answer for this particular one. So incorrect statement. These are incorrect one, right? So these are the incorrect statement. Rest all are fine, and you get 2 marks for this particular one. But before that, you have to build your concept around these accounting concepts and conventions. One question, another question based on money measurement concept. So money measurement concept. So anything which can be measured into money, that will be part of your book. Anything which cannot be measured into money, that won't be part of your book, right? So as I gave you an example of health of proprietor, that you cannot account that one, right? So only transaction that can be measured into monetary terms are recorded in the book of accounts. It is also known as anything which has financial character, that will be recorded in your book. Okay? The impact of inflation and deflation on an asset value is recorded. No, it is not recorded. Non-monetary factors such as health of a personal or organizational conflict are excluded from the financial record. Yes, 100% true. So sorry. Okay, just a minute, huh? Okay, just a minute. So, guys, see, like whenever it comes to the accounting things, okay, so you do not have to get some sort of fear around this one. I have seen like people are very scared about the, especially around those numerical portion and all. So these numericals are 100% linked with your concept. Concepts is the key. If you work on your concept part, if you prepare those particular one very well, believe me guys, you will be able to solve each and every single questions which is part of your examination. The only thing is, that's why I always give priority to concept, and these concepts are also going to help you in your upcoming examination, which is CAIIB, which is waiting for you just after this particular session. So you have to, like when you'll go for the ABM or your ABFM paper now, you'll see there are there are so many topics which are generally linked with this particular one. Okay? Are basically they are generally linked with our they are basically part of this particular whatever you are going to learn here, they are definitely going to help you in that particular case also, right? Chalo. So we'll continue this one. So true regarding the money measurement concept, this was correct. Are not recorded. The impact of inflation and deflation, we are not going to record. Non-monetary factors such as health of a personal or this are excluded. Yes. So 1 and 3 means uh, non-monetary factors such as health of key personal or organizational conflict are excluded. 1 and 3. We do not have 1 on 3 आपका, ठीक है? So what we have to find out, true regarding the money measurement concept. Okay. Only transaction that can be measured into money will be part of this one, 100% true. Impact of this recorded in financial statement, no. Non-monetary factors such as health of key personnel or organizational conflict are excluded from financial report. So we'll just check the one. Okay. So inflation, deflation are not, and non-monetary factor, health and conflict are excluded from this one. Okay. So that means there is some issue with this one. So it should be 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Okay. So option B will be right answer then in that particular case. Right. Sure. Next one. Main convention of accountancy. So next one is convention of accountancy. As I told you, while you record things, you have to apply the concept. Means you have to, while you record that machine value in your book, you have to apply cost concept. or you will only record anything which has financial character. While you report things, okay, when it comes to the reporting, so we have to apply the conventions. Conventions means principles of accountancy, right? So these are some principles, like we have main convention of accountancy, like we have given full disclosure, we have given materiality, and we have given the third one is conservatism. Okay? So first statement is the convention of full disclosure ensure that all material fact, including contingent liabilities and market value of investment, are disclosed in financial statement. True. The convention of materiality suggests that all items, no matter how small, that recorded separately. No, when it comes to the materiality, we can have a combined accounts for all these one. Again, convention of conservatism, anticipated profit should be recorded, anticipated profit should be ignored, and possible losses should be accounted. Okay? It should be reversed. Okay? So if we have some sort of possible losses, that should be recorded. Okay? So we can record those particular one. Possible losses like provision for NPAs, depreciation and all, that should be recorded. But unrealized gain should be avoided. The anticipated profit, like let's say if we are going, we are starting some business. So every businessman, they have some sort of expectations. Okay, we will do this much of business in next month or in next year, but you are not going to account that particular one, so that you have to ignore. So only statement 1 is true, rest 2 and 3 are false. D will be right answer for this one. Statement 2, because convention of materiality allow insignificant item like small stapler or stationery to be treated as immaterials and not recorded separately. And 3.1 is aapka convention of conservatism. Possible losses should be recorded while anticipated profit should be ignored, right? So that is the one. Next one, Unit 3. Unit 3 is all about maintenance of cash, subsidiary book and ledger. From this one, the most important part is types of accounts, which will come under this particular one, and the debit and credit, the golden rules of real, nominal and personal account. And sometimes they'll give you 3-4 questions, 3-4 questions for half marks each. They'll ask you to do the entries, which account, they'll give you some entry, and then they'll ask you which account will get debited or which account will get credited, right? So now select the correct journal entry. So similar to this particular one, salary paid 50,000 and advertisement expense paid aapka 30,000. So now to solve these kind of questions, the first thing is you have to make your understanding around the types of accounts. Okay? So as like if you aware about the types of accounts, that means it generally comes under nominal account. So this is the case of nominal account. Nominal account which generally deal with all expenses or losses and income and gain for the firm. Okay? So debit all expenses, all losses, and credit all income or gain, right? So income or gain. So this is the golden rule, right? So now you know, now if you are aware about this particular thing, if you are handled or able to identify which accounts these entries belongs, then the game is very easy. So now, as I said, okay, this is belong to nominal accounts, and the golden rule is debit all expenses. Now, salaries paid, which is an expense for the business, and advertisement expense paid. This is again an expense for the business. So what you have to do? You have to do debit salary accounts by 50,000, debit advertisement expense by 50,000 to credit your cash account by 80,000. 50 plus 30, 80,000. So debit salary, debit expense to cash account 80,000. So this is the one. So debit salary, credit no, debit cash no, debit salary and advertisement expense, credit cash account 100% true. So option C will be right answer for this particular one, right? So we have 3 accounts: real account, nominal accounts and personal account. I guess next question is around that only. Okay, this was the question of this year. They generally ask one straightforward question: ki debit the receiver and credit the giver. This rule applies to whom? Okay. So when it comes to debit the receiver and credit the giver, So it is applied to real account, right? So in case of personal account, it is, it belongs to, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So it belongs to your personal account. Again, this is belongs to personal account. Nominal account, it is debit all expenses. Okay, debit all expenses, as I told you, and losses. Credit all income or gain. So this is your golden rule. When it comes to real account, for real account, golden rule is debit what comes in, and credit what goes out. Credit what goes out. So this is the golden rule for this particular one. Artificial personal account. So we have this personal account is further categorized among three parts: artificial person, natural person, and representative person. Artificial personal means company's account, XYZ, ABC, bank, or others. Natural person is Ram, Shyam, Mohan, Sohan. These are the part one. Representative is like prepaid rent, prepaid salary, or the other one. Okay? So they generally comes under the representative account. And their golden rule is same, which is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay? So option A will be right answer for this particular one, right? So this is for real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. For personal, it is debit the receiver, credit the giver. For nominal, it is debit all expenses or losses and credit all income and gain. Nominal means which exists in name only, right? So like this, if you build your concept like this, let's say for real account, we have purchase furniture. Like how this will make differences, that I want to like give you a brief idea. Basically, purchase furniture for rupees 5 lakh in cash. Now this is a real account. Why this is real? Because real account deal with all assets of the firm, tangible as well as intangible. Now if you are purchasing furniture, that means it is an asset of the firm. It is an asset for the firm. And golden rule is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So what is coming in? Your furniture. So you have to debit this. And what is going out? This is cash. So you have to credit this one. Okay. Now, with same question, let's say now if they do not mention around the furniture, assume that there is only entry which is saying purchase rupees 5 lakh in cash. Now this account will get changed. Now it will handle through the purchase account, and purchase is an expense for the business. Now you have to apply nominal account rule. And in case of nominal accounts, it is purchase to cash again. Why? Because debit all expenses means purchase is the expense and to cash, right? This is the one. So these kind of differences will help you to make your understanding. Next one, BRS, bank reconciliation statement. Again, so reconciliation is something, see, BRS is prepared by the businesses to match their balances with bank. So to check any sort of malpractices in their businesses and all. And while we prepare BRS, what we usually do, we generally match our cash book with our passbook. Cash book, which is prepared by firm, where we generally do reverse entries. Reverse entries means in case of passbook, how we generally do the debit and credit. If money comes in, we credit the account. If money goes out from the account, we debit that particular one. Let's say there is a person who deposited 10,000 rupees in their bank account. So entry is, we got a text message from the bank, your account has been credited by 10,000 and your updated balance is this. But in case of cash book, while we prepare the cash book, it is a mirror image of your passbook. When you'll see things in mirror, it will come opposite side. Okay? Debit is favorable balance, credit is your unfavorable balance. Means while they are, let's say if company is receiving money, they'll keep that particular one at debit side, and if company is paying money, so they'll keep that particular balance at आपका credit side. In passbook, there will be reverse entry, because cash book is generally known as mirror image of your passbook. Mirror image means just opposite. What comes in debit side in cash book, that will be positive balance in passbook, and what comes credit side in cash book, it will be positive balance, negative balance in your passbook itself. Okay, that is the one. So you have to remember few rules. If you remember those particular one, believe me, you will be able to solve every question, right? So passbook, here it is mentioned mirror image of cash book. Why it is called mirror image of cash book? Okay. And from this, sometimes they'll give you some entries where you have to find out ki what will be the balance as per cash book or passbook. So as we have one question, true about the cash book. So cash book. So the cash book record all transactions including credit and cash transactions. Okay. So no, first of all, cash book only record cash transaction. Okay. No credit transaction is part of this particular one. Wrong. First statement itself. Cash book serve both journal and ledger. True. The debit side of cash book, all payments are recorded. Okay. The on the debit side of cash book, all cash payments are recorded. No, uh, they are recorded. Sorry, cash payments, yes. And आपका this is wrong again. Debit side, basically it is a favorable side. It is credit side as per your passbook. So all receipts, whatever we received, we have a single column cash book record only cash receipt and payments. We have three type of cash book: single column, double column, triple column. Single column, we generally show the debit and credit balance. In case of double column, we also show the your discount column, and in triple column, along with your debit, credit, discount, we have bank balance also, right? So that is the one. In two column cash book, the discount column on the debit side record discount receipt, true. Cash book is balance daily in a small business and monthly in large business. You can say this again. The discount column in a two column cash book serve as a discount account. This is also correct. Okay? So 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 6. Do we have this? 2, 4, 5, 6. The discount column, I guess we are doing this particular one wrong. Okay? So the discount column in a two column cash book serve as discount account. Okay? The discount column in two column cash book serve as discount column. There is in two column cash book the discount column on debit side. Okay, this statement is incorrect. Sorry, incomplete. 2, 4, 5, 6. Do we have 2, 4, 5, 6? So C should be right answer for this one. Yes. So C is the right answer. That means it is wrong. First, we'll check this one. Okay. Discount column are merely memorandum columns and do not serve as a discount column. Okay. So that is debit discount or credit discount. Okay. That statement was incomplete. Here it is आपका full statement. That's why it is wrong. Okay. Statement 1 was incorrect because cash book record only cash transaction. Statement 3 आपका because debit side record cash receipt and not cash payment. So when it comes to debit side, so it receive cash. So means debit balance in cash book is favorable balance, as we have credit balance favorable in passbook. Okay? So because it is a mirror image of your cash book, that's why things went to the wrong side आपका, right? So this is the one. This kind of question also you can expect. XY company maintain a current accounts with ABC Bank Limited. On June 1st January 2025, the passbook showed a balance of 3 lakh. On 2nd April 2025, X deposited 10,000 in cash. On 6th, so 10,000 in cash. On 6th 2025, a check of 15,000 was issued toward the salary payment. On 7th, company received a check 20,000 was cleared by the bank. Meanwhile, the accountant of XY observed the entries in their cash book did not match exactly with the date of on the passbook, especially for the check transaction. He was confused why debit in cash book showed as a credit in passbook. Okay? The confusion or the actual question is based on this because he is confused like us only. Why credit balance of passbook is showing debit side in your cash book? Why? Because it is a mirror image of your cash book, passbook. So that's simple answer. What is the most appropriate reason for accountant confusion regarding the opposite entries in cash book and passbook? So the bank follow double entry system. The firm treat a bank as a creditors, no. The cash book and passbook are mirror image of each others with opposite entries for the same transaction. So C will be right answer and you'll get 1 marks for these kind of questions also. Okay, sometime they'll give you some story and driven by that story they'll ask for the questions. All right, I hope you guys are getting these particular thing. Next one, guys, trial balance. Okay. Next one, trial balance. From this unit, rectification and errors. These are the two very important part. And sometimes the types of trial balance also. We have three type of trial balance, very easy one. So consider the following statement related to errors in accounting and their impact on trial balance. So first one is a complete omission of transaction affect agreement of the trial balance. No. If it is complete omission, there will be no difference between debit and credit balance. So first of all, it is wrong. Then second one is a partial omission can lead to disagreement. Yes, agreement or disagreement means while you prepare your trial balance, it will show something like this. So this is the format. Particulars, we have particulars, basically ledger name. Okay. Then we have ledger folio. Then we have debit balance. Then we have credit balance. As if you apply all the rule, so the total of debit and credit should be equal, right? So if they are not equal, so you have to create one another account that is called suspense account and that get asked so many times. So we'll discuss that particular one also. So this is the format. Now a partial omission can lead disagreement means there is a totaling there is like if your debit is equal to credit, that means you have achieved the arithmetical accuracy. If not, that means there is a disagreement, right? So error of commission always result in incorrect trial balance. Yes, error of commission, yes. Compensating errors may not affect the agreements of the trial balance. Compensating errors is basically error of commission is these are due to the negligence of the account holders where we do some sort of totaling errors. Okay, let's say the value was 5 lakh and we omit one zero and it is mentioned at 50,000 or 5 crores or 50 lakhs. So that is the one. So let's say we have compensating errors where we are doing two errors. Accountant is doing two errors. The second error is nullifying the impact of the first one. Okay, let's say in case let's say this is your sales ledger. We have done sales to A of 10,000 and it is posted as 1 lakh, one additional zero. We did sales to B of 1 lakh. These are the actual numbers. We posted it as a 10,000. So your overall sale is 1 lakh 10,000, which is true. So that is the one. Compensating errors may not affect the agreement of trial balance. That means 100% correct. So error of principle involve violation of accounting concepts or standards. Yes. Posting a transaction to wrong side of an account is an example of error of commission. Yes. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we have this? 2, 3, 3. Error of commission always result in incorrect trial balance. Error of commission. Okay, so this should be आपका not always case आपका ठीक है. So this should be 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5, 6 means option D should be right answer for this one, right? So it is error of may or may not affect the trial balance. ठीक है, that is the depend on the situation or case to case आपका. Next one. This type of question also, and this is for 2 marks. So many times you'll see this type of questions and they'll ask you for 2 marks. Very, very important one. So type of error, error of omission, error of commission, compensating errors and principal error. And another side, you have given some transaction and you have to match and you have to find out the correct statement. So what examiner is doing with one question, they are checking your all fundamentals around the errors. So credit sales to Mohan 10,000 not entered in sales book. Error of omission. Error of omission means option A only will be right answer. 20,000 received from a customer correctly credited to the account receivables, but for a wrong customer. Error of it is आपका error of commission. So purchase book overcast by 10,000, sales book sales written is undercast by 10,000, no impact. Compensating errors. 50,000 spent on addition to the building was treated as revenue expenditure. It should be treated as capital expenditure. It got treated as revenue expenditure. This is आपका error of principle. All are correctly matched here. So that means first 1, 2, 3, 4. So option C will be right answer for this particular one. Correct? है? चलो next one. Unit, okay. Consider the following statement regarding trial balance. So types of trial balance. We have three types. Gross, which is total method, net, and we have, okay, compound method. Okay? So we have three type of trial balance. Gross method, net method, and compound. Okay? Gross method, we generally, like trial balance is basically known as summary of all the ledger accounts. In case, while we prepare trial balance by using gross method, we pick entries as it is from the ledger account. Debit balance at debit side, credit balance at credit side. In case of net trial balance, we do the adjustment. And compound is, it is something like gross plus net. In one sheet, they are doing the base. It is a combination of gross and net. So gross trial balance show total both debit and credit of all accounts. Net trial balance shows only the closing balance, net balance, true. The gross trial balance discount column from the cash book and not included. No, 1 and 2 should be right answer for this particular one. Okay? So this is wrong aapka. So C, discount column are included in case of aapka gross trial balance along with the cash and bank column. Next one. Unit number 6, depreciation. Every time you'll see, or most of the time you'll see, question around the your numericals. Okay? So three methods are very important. You have only four methods, so we will be practicing all the four methods. But most of the time they'll ask question around those three methods. First one is the most important is written down value method, because maximum users or companies they use written down value method only. Then we have unit of production method, which generally shows exact amount of depreciation on that asset. Third one is the most simplest one, that is your your straight line method, one of the easiest method or one of the simplest, where depreciation account with same amount every year during the useful life of that asset. Sum of year digit method, again very simple one, right? So now one question you'll see numericals, so that's why I come up with this one. So a company purchased machine on 1st April 2025 with 5 lakh rupees. So this is purchase cost. The estimated useful life is 5 years. An estimated scrap value is 50,000. The company follows straight line method. So what you have to calculate depreciation for first year and a book value for machine at the end of first year. So when we will calculate, so what is your what is the formula? Depreciation by using straight line method. Again, straight line methods is equal to cost minus salvage value. Salvage value is basically scrap value. Okay, like after 5 years, the amount which we will get, divide by useful life or economic life. That means it is आपका how much we purchased is 5 lakh and 50,000. So 4.50 lakh divide by 5. So this will be your depreciation. How much it will be? 90,000. Yeah. 90,000. So it will be आपका 90,000. So depreciation for first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Every year depreciation will remain same while you are accounting depreciation by using straight line method. That's why it is called straight line. Every year depreciation will be accounted with the same amounts. And at the end of first year, asset value is, so now the value was 5 lakhs, 5 lakh minus 9,000. So first year book value will be आपका 4.10 lakh. How we reach to 4.10 lakh? 5 lakh was the value minus 90,000 depreciation of the year. So it is 4.10 lakh. So option B will be right answer for this particular question. As simple as that, right? So nothing with this straight line method. But written down value method is bit challenging. Like that is like we have to calculate. It is generally known as diminishing balance. So you have to minus the depreciation of first year. We assume ki new asset they produce high, they have higher productivity during the initial year, and gradually their output got decreased. So accordingly we have to charge depreciation also. So that's why every year from your depreciation value, you'll minus the your asset value, you'll minus the depreciation. Then you'll account depreciation on that one, and depreciation rate will remain same throughout the economic life of the asset. The other question is, a company bought machinery 1 lakh rupees with estimated useful life of 5 years, no residual value, no scrap value. The company used straight line method for depreciation. What will be the annual depreciation? A very simple question. So 1 lakh divided by how many years? It is 5. So it is 1 lakh divided by 5. That means 20,000. So option 3 will be right answer. Very simple. Next one. So we will be practicing every question from this one. Now, capital and revenue expenditure. This session or this topic will take your 15 to 20 minutes and it will give you 2 marks downside in your upcoming examination. Every time they ask one question, differences between capital and revenue expenditure. When it comes to capital expenditure, it is basically expenditure on creation of long-term asset, like capacity building expenditures, like we establish plant, we acquire some machinery and all. So capital expenditures, they are classified, they are part of your balance sheet, and they are part of in balance sheet they are at asset side, so till their useful life. When it comes to revenue expenditure, these are recurring in nature, salaries, rent, electricity and all. They are part of the profit and loss account. They get treated through the profit and loss account, right? Operating expenses. So this is the one. Differences, most of the time question will be around this. So consider the following statement and you have to find out the correct statement. So statement 1, the purchase of land for expansion of business operation is considered as capital expenditure. 100% true आपका, ठीक है. Land is आपका non current asset, so it is your capital expenditure. 2, repairing old machine of old piece of machine by adding new parts. So if you are adding new part and if this is increasing, so it is categorized as capital expenditure. So not revenue expenditure. This is wrong. If it is mentioned only repairing for the uses and all, it will be revenue. Otherwise, it is capital. So this is wrong. This is true. Salaries paid आपका, तो this is आपका revenue expenditure, 100% true. Then we have fourth one, cost incurred for installing a new software system in a company, capital expenditure, true. Statement 5, expenses incurred for regular maintenance of a vehicle, it is revenue expenditure. So it should be revenue, no, it is revenue expenditure. So this is wrong. So you'll get these kind of statements and all. There are two wrong statements. One is repairing machinery where it is increasing the useful life. So that will be your capital expenditure. 5 आपका expenses incurred on regular maintenance आपका. So that is generally revenue expenditure. So one question of 2 marks, very easy one, and like it will take max to max half an hour to understand or to practice these particular. Next one, bill of exchange. From this terminology, this important terminology and differences between bill of exchange and promissory note, sometime you'll see as we experience in the recent examination. So consider the following statement regarding bill of exchange. So you have to find out the correct statement. Very simple question. So bill of exchange, it is basically bill of exchange, promissory note and a check. They are generally negotiable instrument. So we have, they generally govern through the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Bill of exchange, which is defined under section 5, promissory note section 4 and check system आपका section 6. So bill of exchange, which is drawn by the seller, creditor, and promissory note, which is drawn by the buyers or debtors. So in case of bill of exchange, I order to pay me or my order worth rupees this after this date. And in case of bill of exchange, consent or that acceptance from the debtor is mandatory. In case of promissory note, it is not required because promissory note is drawn by the debtor. They are making some sort of promise. I promise to pay you and your order worth rupees this for value received. That is the one, right? So a bill of exchange must be writing signed by no, it is signed by drawer. First of all, it should be in writing, but it should be signed by drawer. It contain an unconditional order, pay specific money, yes. A bill of exchange can be payable either on demand or on a fixed date, usance or demand bill. Okay, true. A drawer is the person who create the bill. Yes, true. The pay is always different from drawer. No, it is not necessarily always, right? It can be same as drawer. So drawer can be pay, or sometime in some cases it can be different. So 234, 234 means option B will be right answer. So statement one, it is drawn by the आपका drawer, not by the drawing. Fifth one is आपका, it is can be same as one person. चलो, please quickly go through this next question. All right, guys, please quickly. Yes. Huh. So Suresh, a businessman, has drawn a bill of exchange on 1st June for a period of 2 months. ठीक है, June means आपका July, August. Payable at site means demand bill. ठीक है, once documents will get presented, the party need to make payments. ठीक है, we have demand side bill or we have usance bill. Usance bill, they have a future date, right? The bill is not expressed to be payable on demand, site or presentment. The bill is drawn for an amount of 50,000. First of all, this is question is based on this. According to the term, maturity date of the bill be calculated after adding how many days आपका 3 days. ठीक है, 3 days of the grace period, that actual period of bill. The bill is presented for payments and observe that due date is 15th of August. That means it will be payable prior to that particular one, means 14th August. 15th August happened as a national holiday, so this will be payable on 14th August. Okay? So 3 days and 14th August. 3 days and 14th August. Option A only will be right answer for this one. So there is a grace period of 3 days in case of bill of exchange. And if the due date fall on national holiday, it will be payable a day before or preceding day, not the following day. You just have to remember that particular one. Based on these two rules, this was the question. Next one. Next one is आपका, there is 10 and 11. They are very basic. I'll show you the areas also. They are around the entries and all. So that's why I now kept it those particular one. 1 marks question you will face based on those one. But while we come up with the daily classes or means unit wise classes, obviously we are going to cover those one. The final unit आपका, which is bank audit and inspections. So when it comes to bank audit and inspections, again 2 marks question, downside 2 to 3 marks question, especially the types of audits and some important sections like section 29, section 30, section 30 subsection 1, subsection B, section 35, all these sections from BR Act 1949, right? So identify which of the following about the concurrent audits are correct. This was the question from this year. So it is usually conducted by internal staff on quarterly basis. No, first it is done by internal staff but not on quarterly basis. It is on daily basis. Concurrent auditors basically they are regular. We did one transaction and we cross verify that particular one. Maker and checker. So this is the rule. So that is your concurrent audit, right? So this is wrong. It helps in detecting irregularities and rectifying them immediately. True. The emphasis test checking over the substantive checking. Yes. It include a verification of compliance with KYC norms, cash balances. It act as early warning system to prevent frauds and all. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have this? No, we doing some mistake. 2, 3, 4. It emphasizes test checking. No, sorry. Statement third will be wrong. It is not test checking. It is a substantive checking over the test checking should be. So 2, 3, 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5 means option B will be right answer, right? So statement 3, the audit emphasis substantive checking, not the test checking. Okay. So, and first one, concurrent audit is typically conducted by external auditors or this, and they are generally part of this one. It should be internal audit only, and they are not, but basically they are on a regular basis. Next one, regarding statutory audits of bank. Statutory audits means legal audits. which is conducted by the regulatory authorities. So statutory audits are mandated by law under Section 30 of the BR Act 1949. It's 100% true. Special audit comes under the Section 30, subsection 1, subsection B. The auditor of a bank is required to examine the intricacies of daily banking transaction during the no. It is not about the daily transactions. For daily, we have concurrent and all. It is about the overall report or some specific doubtful areas. A statutory audit primarily focus on reviewing loan and advances, compliances with the PSL, yes, adherence to CRR, SLR in this, 100% true. The statutory auditor must rely on the concurrent and internal audits report as they do not examine the minute transaction. True. Statutory audits of public sector bank are conducted by auditors appointed by bank shareholders. It can be board of directors, actually it can be doubtful. Statutory auditors must evaluate compliances with Basel III frameworks and review classification of NPAs and all, right? So 134 or 6, A only 1346. 1346. We have two. So A or C, anyone we can go with, right? So A or C, A is also same and C is also same, I guess. No? A346. So both are actually correct one. So option A will be right answer for this particular. This is wrong, aapka. You will check this one. So statement 5, public sector bank auditors are appointed by the board of directors, as I told you, the board of directors. But before appointing, reappointing and termination, you have to take prior approval from RBI. So this is the basic rule around this one. And audit, who can be auditors? Anyone by laws. Okay, Companies Act, section 227 of Companies Act 2013. Anyone who is eligible to do that audits and all, they are eligible for this one, right? So statutory audits do not focus on intricacies of daily transactions, which are handled by the concurrent or internal audits. Next one. Sorry. So this is it. So guys, this is an overview of your AFM Module A. I hope you get these particular thing clearly. So concepts is the key, which is going to help you in so many dimensions. So our very first priority is to build our concepts. So first one, then unit wise MCQs that we will practice along with the concepts, and I'll give you a set of practice also. So you can attempt or you can reattempt. Then we have module wise revision, live classes and mock test, and we'll do marathon session also. So this is the sequence which we are going to follow and we are going to succeed. Believe me guys, if you follow these particular thing, you guys are not only going to pass, you are going to score very good marks in your upcoming examination. So I hope you get these particular thing clearly. I hope you guys get a fair idea around AFM Module A, the overall number of units and the importances or how examiner they ask question in the past itself. All right. So now we'll start unit wise things. So once we're done with module A, I'll come up with a live session also where we will be discussing things around those particular one. And I'll let you know about the live sessions. So mostly, or it is, we'll be scheduling on Saturday or Sunday whenever there will be a bank holiday. So you can ask and you can come up with your queries also, right? So, and if you guys are facing some challenges or some doubts, so I have provided you my number itself. Okay? So you can ping me on WhatsApp, or else you can write me on chat, or you can ping me on Telegram. So wherever you are comfortable, just do connect. I'll try my best to solve those particular one. Alright guys, so this is it from my side. Thank you for joining this session. Thank you for watching this session. I'll see you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care all and wish you all the very best for your preparation. Thank you.